Hey, Internet, and welcome to the Knights of the Drunk Watch. We just finished watching His Dark Materials, Season 1, Episode 1, titled Lyra's Jordan.
I'm Maudie.
I'm Zach.
I'm Andrew.
Travis.
I'm Crystal.
And Mark's around here too. He watched the episode previously, so he could be around. We are the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And now our talk begins.
Smooth like butter. So we got to meet James McAvoy, who's super hot, and he drops off a baby in a flood. And then he goes back to the frozen tundra.
He claims scholarly sanctuary. Or
yes, and then she's got a big secret.
Scholastic sanctuary.
She's got some kind of big secret, and she has a baby ferret, and
sometimes a bird.
Yes.
Sometimes a moth.
Sometimes an Arctic fox. Sometimes something else. And she grows up instantaneously. I guess my big question is, like, don't fucking answer this.
Okay, I won't.
But I'm really excited to see why the flood, too, because that's got to mean something. That's not nothing. Is it like a Noah thing? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, the flood is not in the book.
Okay, so I'm wondering if it's like a Noah reference or
something.
Well, I don't know about it either. I know as much as you do.
What you read the book covered her being dropped off?
Yes. In the book, they talk about how she got to Jordan College.
Okay, but there's no flood in it.
There's no, unless I missed it, but I think that's something big you would miss.
Because they might have just said it. During the Great Flood, she was dropped off.
Right.
Yeah, that was just world
Headmaster tells her of how she came to Jordan College.
Well, so she gets dropped off and grows up instantaneously. It's 12 years later. And
all those first 12 years
she's a very naughty child.
Well,
she's
precocious. She's precocious.
She's mischievous.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about 2020 helicopter parenting.
She's a
and
girl.
You tell me that anybody today would be okay with their kids sliding down freaking...
in the book...
It didn't work out great for Bran.
In the book...
Actually,
in the book...
Did, sort of
Jordan College...
Yeah, it made him king of
Fair.
Westeros.
I rest my case.
They didn't explain this in the show, which I think was... Probably would have helped you. In the book, Jordan College is just for boys.
Wait, why do you push your glasses up?
He's doing nerd glasses.
Jordan College is just for boys, so she's not allowed to attend any of the classes.
So that's why she lives in the walls, basically?
That's why she's being privately tutored, is because she can't actually go to the classes.
And we definitely got to get her out of there before she hits puberty, because it's going to be a problem.
So that's why she's kind of like bored, because she's with one tutor around the clock.
Okay.
Instead of taking all the interesting classes, she's just learning about basic, and girls aren't allowed to learn certain things.
Oh,
so she's only allowed to learn.
Well, maybe they're not going with the full misogyny.
Yeah, I mean,
show. They might be
right. So that's why she's kind of like flighty, because it's like, I'm bored.
Yeah. Okay, so she's at Oxford. She's running around. She's excited to see her uncle again. Mm-hmm. And then the guy,
headmaster,
Black Dumbledore, says,
Blumbledore.
No, I don't know.
No, let's not do that.
But he basically like tries to poison her uncle.
Lord
favorite wine.
Tries to chalk
Lord
powder
Ass
the
nearly
uncle.
gets...
Never
Lord
know
Ass.
Actually poison.
That's what I'm going to call him.
Lord want to tap that ass.
Want to tap it.
Real.
I do have a question. So, what year is this supposed to take place? Because with the wine they mentioned, that was the 1930 something wine.
38.
I think it's supposed to take place concurrently, like today.
It's like a weird, like, steampunk type, like, era, though. So, it's hard to...
It's in a different
localize.
universe. We're in a different universe.
But there's still like London and Oxford.
Yeah.
Right.
And all that.
So essentially, he goes back. He has discovered something up north, some heretical dust. It's something bad with the dust, and it's only attracted to adults, which I guess is a heretical thing. And then
There's a city in the sky.
And there's a city in the sky.
Right, but the heretical thing is that there is another place beyond this world.
Right, but essentially, he's saying the Earth is round instead of it's
Correct.
flat.
That's what is heretical.
he's actually
No,
saying
he's
there's
saying
another
it's a
dimension.
multiverse.
Right.
Where this
But it's
place
that
exists.
level of like.
And like he said in the
heresy.
show,
Yeah.
there is a place where the magisterium doesn't have control.
Right. Well, no, I think he was saying that the Magisterium only has control over this world,
one.
and there are many worlds
Right.
the Magisterium doesn't have control
Right.
over. Magisterium equals
The Catholic Church.
But, like, not today, Pope Francis Catholic Church, more like, you know...
I think like you said, magisterium I think represents religion in general.
Yeah.
I think it's all like religion.
It just happens to have all the benefits of the Catholic
Right.
Church.
It really 1 to 1.5 matches
Right.
the Catholic Church.
When was the book written?
I think like the 2005,
No way, really?
2007. Yeah, because when I was working at the Catholic Church,
Isn't
they
that
were
right when the movie came
they
out?
were banned from the Catholic Church. Like all the Catholic
Uh-huh.
churches banned the series from the schools. And I was working for the Catholic Church at the time, the Catholic schools,
Wow, what were you doing?
teaching music.
It's 1995.
Oh,
That sounds.
so same time as Harry Potter.
No.
Yeah, first Harry Potter came out in 96.
Did it?
Yeah.
So Lord Asriel comes to Jordan and tells him about what he found in the dust. There's a city in the sky.
Yes, and something about the dust. Except it's the bad part of it is it was attracted to adults and not everybody, and I guess that somehow undermines the power of the meridian or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, "Get off our lawn."
Yes. You have to leave. Now, what they didn't explain, according to the book, was the headmaster was trying to protect Lord Asriel and kill him, protecting him in that way, and also protecting the college.
I got that ish.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I mean, maybe that he was
Wait, I'm
not
sorry.
that he was protecting Lord Azrael, but he was protecting him from.
It's more just kind of like
He was protecting
like,
the
you know,
knowledge.
Right,
like,
right.
No, it's kind of
This
like if
didn't
you're
come
gonna start
from us.
speaking nonsense, I'm going to just knock you off on the side. That way,
Basically.
you don't draw attention to
Okay.
all of us.
and that no one can start thinking about it and conjecture, and like it doesn't
Right.
become a thing.
Fuck you,
So,
Paul
but it
Rand.
came out anyways, and
Right.
then Lord Hot Ass is like, "I got to go," and Lyra's like, "But wait, I want to go too." I think the other thing we're not covering is Billy and his mom.
Yes.
And
Ma Costa.
Yeah, Costa. The Costas and the Egyptians.
Egyptians.
Gypsies.
They're look, as a gypsy, I'm offended.
As a gypsy.
So there's kids being kidnapped everywhere.
Everywhere. There's kids being kidnapped in London,
over.
in Oxford, all over.
But it doesn't matter because no one cares about a kitchen boy. So.
Yeah, well, it seems like nobody cares about the Egyptians. They're kidnapping kids that aren't going to be looked for. Like it
Which
seems like they're
is
taking children that are not
theoretically
being
smart.
right. Which,
You're
if
gonna be
you're going to
criminal.
human traffic, like that's the way to go.
Right.
But
Well, except for everyone looked for Billy immediately.
yeah, but they're Egyptians. They're not like they don't seem to be like high up in society.
it's
nobody
like
was
it's
looking
the
for
lower
Billy.
class people.
Yeah.
were-
No, nobody was looking for Billy. Just nobody had seen Billy.
Well, and it
Or
wasn't.
the other kid. I mean, the other kid.
It wasn't that. It was that the locals were looking for Billy, but the official state
Yeah,
wasn't
they
looking
don't-
for Billy.
they-
Not
DGAF.
Billy was the other kid.
Oh, Roger. You mean Roger?
Roger.
But Roger was an orphan, so no one was looking for Roger.
I thought that was the Philippines.
The state
No,
police.
Billy's the orphan. Roger's the one that they were looking for.
No,
No,
Roger's the kitchen boy.
The kitchen orphan,
boy,
and
yeah.
Billy is the
So
Egyptian.
I was right. You confused me.
But
They were
only,
looking for Billy.
right, but only the Egyptians are looking for Billy, not
Right.
the state
I
police.
thought you meant the college was looking for Billy.
No.
Oh, okay.
Billy went missing, and his people immediately started looking for
Right,
him.
Right,
Confused.
but
Billy
his
Said
like,
no one was looking for him, but a whole community was looking for
but
him.
his tribe of like lower class people were looking for him, not like the officials and state police
Right.
and all
It's
that.
not a. It's
The
not a.
correct kid had the Egyptians looking for him. The college was like, "Nah, we ain't seen that punk."
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
just didn't wake up that morning, supposedly.
Supposedly.
So, essentially, they like this lady shows up
Miss
somehow.
Coulter.
Don't know
Yeah.
how, why, where, when. She's just there all of a sudden wearing her fabulous outfit.
Like Mary Poppins.
Well, she said
And-
she's a scholar from a different school.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say more like Miss Peregrine,
Baton.
but yeah. And
that's
she's here, and
Bobato Noah.
the one straight dude in the room got a boner seeing her, and
I mean, she's a gorgeous
hot.
woman.
She's
She's a
hot.
gorgeous woman.
And she convinces somehow this smart alecky, like intelligent young
Right.
girl.
Oh,
Well-
you're talking about me. I'm sorry.
I think-
I was like, what?
Aren't you the
I don't
one
remember.
straight guy?
Nobody talked about any of that in the film, and I was like, oh wait, me. Yes, yeah.
It's me.
Sorry.
So another thing I think they didn't do a good enough job. Maybe they'll talk about it in the next episode, but
Enlighten us.
it's not a spoiler. It's
Oh,
not a
okay.
spoiler. The reason why in the book that Miss Coulter comes is because Lyra is already coming of age. She's becoming a woman.
She about to hit
and
her
so the
period.
She's about to get a
headmaster,
ring.
the headmaster thinks it'd be good if she would go with her own kind.
protect her virtuousness.
To go with the woman to learn womanly things and be educated in the ways of the woman. And so Lyra
Use your womb.
and Lyra never hasn't encountered many women other than in the kitchen. So she thinks, "Oh, this is cool. I'm going to get to study things that women get to study."
Yeah.
So that's why she's kind of enamored with Miss Coulter.
Okay.
And she tells her like, "I'll buy you pretty dresses and we can
Right
go
on her
shopping."
shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm right about here.
So that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
she
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
sure they're fine.
Opposite side.
she kind of becomes interested in Miss Coulter. They don't do a really good job
Okay.
about it in the
Well,
episode.
she
Yeah,
seems
we'll
excited
fly in here and then we'll
about a new, like,
Nice.
a new world and seeing new things. She's kind
Right.
of bored over here.
Right.
She doesn't get out much. So
Right.
she's on her way to go
London.
with her
London.
to London on an airship, except Roger goes
With
missing.
nothing except a golden compass in her pocket.
Oh, yeah, and she gets given
Yeah,
the
and her
compass of
ferret.
truth. With
Well-
the
Well,
IKEA
yes,
compass of
Dana,
truth with
it's
no
all that.
instructions.
In the book, Miss Coulter tells her, "You don't have to pack anything because I'll buy you all new things in London."
Oh,
Right,
okay.
yeah, because she's an orphan. She
right.
doesn't have
She
a lot
doesn't
of things
because
anyway.
that was part of
Really,
the.
there's
She's
not
lived
one
12
thing
years in
that,
one
like,
place. She's gonna have things.
She has not one favorite
But that was
dress,
kind of
one, like, hair
appeal of
bow.
like, I can take you from all this and take you to London and like show you the world.
As somebody who moved from one country to a completely different life when I was 11 years old, I still brought 5 suitcases of shit, okay?
yeah. But when you have you're going on an adventure and this lady in this beautiful dress
But you were
tells you I
loved
can
by
buy
parents. This
Yeah.
girl doesn't have any parents.
Yeah, so those are the kind of things I think they missed in the episode that helped a little bit. But I guess they'll cover that.
She should have
Yeah.
at least
Another-
had like a bag. Of,
Like,
Okay,
literally
well-
anything.
I'm still
A
going to just
satchel.
simply say, having not read any of the books, having only seen The Golden Compass years ago, mainly because it was supposedly anti-religious. That's the reason why I flocked to the film, which I didn't think was all that amazing to begin with. Sorry, Nicole. Sorry, whoever else was in it. But
What's his
we're
face?
left with
Daniel
a
Craig.
Daniel Craig.
We're left with a whole lot of context and situations that we have nothing knowledge about, except for Zach.
Well, I feel I don't agree with that necessarily. I feel like they
And
did a
we're
good
waiting
job.
to see what happens.
I feel like they did a good job of establishing the world. We've got like the Egyptians on the lower class. Then you have this like
Scholars.
I
With
think
scholars.
what's really interesting so far from what I'm noticing is this like mixture of religion and academia, which are normally like naturally opposed.
and like grassroots people. Like,
right.
in that,
But specifically the fact that the people that are in charge are not only like academics, but also extremely religious. And
Right.
those two are normally like it's the two opiums of the masses that like communists tell
Right.
you to not have.
Right.
Don't get too educated and don't have religion.
Right.
And I think it's really interesting to see those two things together as the oppressive power.
well, yeah.
Knowledge
I mean,
and faith are the two
it
oppressive
really,
powers.
and they work in tandem.
Yeah.
Like the church only allows you to know what they want you to
But
know.
then again,
I don't get exactly that.
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, they're at Oxford.
Right.
Oxford was an old religious college founded way
Right,
beyond.
in a totally
So
different
they're-
world. This is
they're,
a different
I'm
world.
having my dinner time Latin speech, whatever that they do, ending with amen.
Grace.
is nothing.
No, but
That is normal.
they are aligned
That is
with
time
the
immemorial, Oxford.
magisterium, probably if for nothing else for survival.
But it seems like they are also incredibly academic. Back when you had that mixture of academia and religion, academia didn't really thrive. It was very controlled. So I'm interested to see how this works because they do seem like it's not very religious. It's more about the academia and about the learning and all that.
but it
than the
is
religion.
controlled by the religion.
But they are also both
They're bound by the magisterium.
Well, you don't know though. Like, I don't know if this is this
Yeah,
college
but
specifically,
is the magisterium
or
religion?
if what?
I didn't get any of
Yeah,
the
they're a
religion
faith. He had a
bits.
bishop or cardinal
It's,
or
yeah,
whatever.
the magisterium
Did he
is
have a bishop?
Yeah, there was a cardinal.
I heard him say there was a cardinal.
No,
No,
the
I
guy,
didn't
the
actually
guy
see
said
a
he was
cardinal.
a cardinal.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, I just like the idea that these are the two institutions of oppression. I'm very interested to see. Because normally, like,
they are now.
knowledge is what fights against tradition and
Right.
against superstition
Right.
and against...
Science.
Not that religion is superstitious.
well,
I
it's
have
it's
faith,
really
but-
more
Totally
against
is.
science.
I'm not doing this with you, Travis.
I mean, it's really against
I'm
the
just
magisterium. Really controls the
high-fiving
science because
Mark
what
on the side.
Lord Astral is bringing is scientific
Right.
findings and proofs
Yes.
and facts.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
like
what
this
the
mixture of magic and
right,
science.
and so the magisterium is really against science because science will negate the existence
Copernicus.
of God. Science is against God, basically, is what they're setting up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
but-
isn't necessarily true in real
But
life.
the way
No,
that
what
the
it
college
is
is
that
acting.
science answers the questions that religion just made shit up about. Never mind, we won't go there.
But
Yeah, but I think these are the kinds of
Yeah, but
things
that's the
that
questions that's
these are
bringing
the
up.
discussions that it's gonna
No,
inspire in us.
I don't think what this conflict is, though, is science versus religion. This is science versus authority, not against religion. Now, I'm not saying that the magisterium, cardinals, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I mean, astral, Lord Hotness, McAvoy,
Azrael.
thank you.
Like the angel.
He's got new concepts
Right.
that are challenging the idea of the authority, here.
Right.
I didn't quite catch, no, don't get me wrong, new science has always challenged religion. So
Yeah.
maybe I just didn't catch that as obviously as, some of you guys did, but I just simply thought he was just challenging ideas contrary to the authority figure, not to the religious
Yeah.
But the
figure.
authority figure is the monopoly that a religion holds
And
over the
Five Candles
masses.
just commented that we didn't even pay attention to the episode.
Well, yeah, no, seriously.
Oh.
I mean,
I was like, wait, what? We're live?
yeah. But I mean, but I never got the sense that religion was in control of everything
Yeah, I did
by
feel
watching
that.
I
this
think you
episode.
should rewatch it then, because I do think that's the main point of the magisterium.
If you're saying that this
though.
entire episode was religion was controlling everything, then that was just on that little 3-minute thing with the
Yep.
black dude with spiky hair.
Oh,
and
they kept
guy
talking about
with
the
the shaved
magisterium.
head?
They talked about the magisterium the
yeah,
entire
but as the
show.
magisterium as a point of authority, not as the
Well,
religious
and the church
head.
is the
But
point
then
of
it was
authority.
defined as a church. So
Right.
if they keep talking about it and it is defined as a church, then it represents
It's-
religion.
Okay, well,
The-
that 3-minute bit just did
Watch
not
the
have
reaction.
the
Travis was
thing.
probably talking during it.
Yeah, I probably am.
I mean, I think religion is the tool that they use to control people.
I mean, it always has been.
Right.
Sounds like stealing children is a way to control people.
Yeah,
And they finally
so
got
far.
tired. of it.
Nah, they're getting these kids for something. They're using these kids for something.
To mine.
Well, we learned that from the Golden Compass movie. that
Ah, la la
stealing
la la
children
la!
is
I haven't
something.
seen it.
You what?
Do not spoil me, people.
All right, is that everything?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
For this
I'm coming in
episode?
this fresh like a virgin.
Children are in the mines. So I was
the
saying.
mines.
Why would you tell me that? I haven't seen
He hasn't
anything.
seen it either.
That's Indiana Jones.
Oh,
you
okay.
idiot.
I'm like, I hate you so much right now. All right, Andrew, take us out.
All right.
Stay
so
tuned next week
we
for
just
more
saw
religious science.
what were we watching? His Dark Materials.
His Dark
We had no idea
Materials.
What's going on? We're the Nights Drunk Watch.
And
Now
now
our
our talk is ended.
This is gonna be a really interesting battle between me and Travis. I feel like it's
I'm
gonna
down.
be these topics.
I'm
It's not a
down.
battle. It's just, I mean, you've got these concepts that I just did
Sure.
not see.
It's faith
Blatantly the
versus
way you saw.
atheism. It's gonna be very interesting.
It's not atheism.
I'm sorry,
It's just-
agnosticism.
Thank you.
Bye.